Hey guys, so I don't have a big formal intro for you today. I'm just going to be showing you how I made these Avatar or Pandora inspired ears. I am taking these on my trip to Disney, and this video is posting while we're gone. So I forgot to film an actual intro, so this is the intro. I'm just going to be showing you guys how I made these super cool light up Avatar inspired ears. And if you're interested in how I made these, just keep watching. So I'm going to be using a 4-inch candle from Bath & Body Works, but anything that's completely circular and you can wrap the wire around to get a 4-inch diameter will work. I'll also be using the Dollar Tree blue floral wire. This does come in a 3-pack with purple and red as well. And then I just use that candle to get the initial round shape, and then I'm going over to my ear spacing template and using it to finish off the shape that I'm trying to create with this wire. I have done this a few times on my channel. I'll link my other wire ear tutorials in case you guys want to see more in-depth version of this, but I do it kind of a new way now where each ear is its own piece attached to the headband, so you don't quite have to use as much flowers to cover up the wire, if that makes sense. But you're just going to bend it around that candle, get that round shape, and then you just use the template to curve the bottom and make it even where it's going to follow the line of your headband. And then I use a set of needle nose pliers just to pinch down my wire on the end. And then obviously I need these ears to light up because they're Pandora ears. So I'm going to be using this battery pack LED light strand. It does have 20 bulbs on it. It's from Amazon. It comes in a multi-pack. I will link it down below for you guys. And I will be using the blue lights from the pack. So what I'm going to be doing is wrapping these lights around my ear, but I'm going to really think about this. So I want the battery pack to go toward the center of the headband. So I wrap it a couple times around the bottom, and then I'm taking the rest of my wire and starting to go all the way around the ear. Now I do turn the lights on and check where they're at because I do want them to line up nicely. And then I just wrap it all the way around and count how many bulbs I'm using. So on this particular set of ears, I did 5 or 6 bulbs on each ear, and then the extra lights on this strand, I'm going to actually string in between the flowers on the set of ears, so that the flowers look like they're illuminated as well. So again, I wrapped this around until I got 5 or 6 bulbs around the actual ear itself, and then I realized that my battery pack was indeed on the wrong side based on where the excess wire was going. So I just wrapped the like the battery pack around the bottom to get it to the other side of the ear. And now I'm taking what's left of my like lighted wire, like the wire with the bulbs on it, and I'm going over to the other ear and wrapping around that way. And I'm going to wrap this excess wire all the way around and get 5 or 6 bulbs on the other ear as well. And then I should be left with 10 of the bulbs just like hanging off the side of the ear, which I will show you guys right now. So I'm going to take the excess wire and just kind of loop it around itself and set it off to the side. Next, I will be attaching the ears to the headband itself. I am using my ear spacing template. I will link this below for you guys. And I'm just using this in order to get the proper spacing of the ears and make sure that they're attached symmetrically on each side. I'm also using this to kind of bend the wire on the bottom of the ear to form better to the headband. Once I have that nice curve set, then I'm going to take my hot glue gun and apply some hot glue to the bottom of the wire, and then I'll firmly hold that down onto the headband. Now, fair warning, if this is the only attachment that we were going to do, these ears would not make it very long because it's not very much hot glue, but this is just an initial tacking the ear down kind of method so that when we go back in and reinforce it, when we add all the other elements, they will be firmly attached to this headband. So don't worry if they're a teeny bit wobbly. You can always go back in and add more glue on top and just reinforce it, as well as when we add the flowers on. And then I'm just doing the exact same thing on the other side. Now I'm going to be honest with you guys, I did accidentally kind of shift one of the ears toward the center a little bit too much, which isn't a huge deal. You can't really tell when you're looking at them, but the reason it matters is because my battery pack now didn't perfectly fit in between, so I did have to glue it down at an angle. It's fine, you don't see it with the flowers, but I'm just letting you guys know that's what I ended up having to do. So just make sure your battery pack is going to evenly fit between your ears if that's going to bug you. Also make sure the hot glue goes on the bottom of the battery pack and the screws are facing up so you can still replace the batteries as needed. Now, I just have an assortment of weird flowers, like unique, abstract kind of looking flowers that fit in the color scheme I'm doing, which is mostly blues with pops of yellow and red. I also found this blue succulent at the Dollar Tree, and I thought it was so cool looking, so I did grab it. I'm going to use this for the focal point of my flowers, and unfortunately I lost the footage, so I'm going to show you guys again, but the back just pops off because this succulent is way too big as is for the ears, like the scale of this headband and everything. So I just popped off the back 2 layers and now I can use it. And then I clipped off the wire and I just hot glued it down in place. I did kind of slide it underneath the wire if that helps at all. And now I'm just kind of playing with different arrangements of different types of flowers and different textures. And I think texture is the main thing you're looking for when making these types of ears, because Pandora is so full of just like life and texture and different, it like fills all of the senses, if that makes any sense. So that's kind of what I'm going for. I'm speaking so weird right now, but I'm just going to let you guys kind of watch this part because I really just played around with the flowers for a while until I got kind of a design that I liked. Something I do want to point out, I have these chrysanthemums from Dollar Tree and they're like blue and they fade to kind of a purple, so very, you know, Pandora avatar kind of color scheme. I'm using these as a base layer, so these I'm kind of filling in all over the headband, and then I'm going to take the more unique flowers and use those a little bit more sparingly, just because I don't want it to be overwhelming when you look at them, so I want one continuous flower being used all the way through. So now that I've layered quite a bit of different flowers in here, I'm going to take that excess wire that's kind of just hanging off the ear right now, and I'm going to start to wind that through the flowers so that the flowers also look illuminated. This part's not hard at all, and it's just kind of the best method that I've found to do this with. I also did this when I made some violet lemonade ears, which I can link for you guys if you want to check it out. But really you're just taking that wire and just kind of weaving it in and out of the flowers. Now the final kind of texture I decided to add is these little feathers. I actually got these years ago when I last went to Disney, and I used them on just a set of Animal Kingdom kind of ears. They're just blue little miniature, they kind of look like peacock feathers. They come in a big bag from Hobby Lobby for a couple of dollars, and it lasts forever. I'm just adding this because I know that the the Na'vi, they have lots of feathers kind of in their outfits and stuff, so I thought this was, again, just kind of another cool texture to add to these. And again, these feathers are specifically from Hobby Lobby, but obviously they sell feathers at Dollar Tree and all kinds of craft stores.